So right now I'm in the studio and I'm capturing the third in our series of Studio Cabs cabinet emulation plugins for GGD. As I mentioned, this is the third in the series, and in similar vein to the previous release, which focused on an American 4x12 with V30 type speakers, this time we are focusing on a speaker and cabinet combination which is pretty much the voice of rock and roll. We have a handful of British-made 4x12s. These are a few different shapes and sizes, but they're all loaded with 12-inch, 25-watt M magnet speakers. And these speakers are absolutely the sound of rock and roll, as you and I know it. Whether it's artists like Jimi Hendrix, the guys in AC/DC, Eric Clapton, Paul Kossoff from Free. These speakers really are just an absolutely fundamental part of the sound of rock guitar. And we made it our mission to source the best sounding examples we could from throughout their range of production. So we've got some examples here that back from 1970 all the way up to 2018 reissues, and we have sought to find, prime examples that really show off the changes in sound throughout this era, because there's been multiple different code manufacturers. Even though the model has kept the same name, there's been some incredibly drastic shifts in voicing, and we wanted to make sure that we get all of that and capture it as best as possible. So we've come to a beautiful sounding live room that's got a really rich and warm ambience to it, but it's controlled, and we found amazing spots for the microphones so that they still feel really direct. When you pull up the room mics underneath the close mics, it gives you an incredible in-the-room feeling without making it sound kind of flabby or weird. So I'm really, really happy with the room sounds, and I think it's something super appropriate for this kind of guitar tone, because it's not all about just absolutely direct mic as close to the grill as it can possibly go. It's about capturing a bit of a sweet ambience and life. These speakers do have a lovely excited top end to them. They're very articulate, and we've gone to every possible length to capture that, both with the close miking using some incredible vintage microphones, including this lovely U67 that we have on the cab behind us. And we've really laboured over the microphone positions, just the absolute best range of sweet spot that we can find for every speaker with every microphone independently, so that you as a user pull up the plugin and you instantly get an amazing sound. Now, while these are the sound of rock, it's still an incredible sounding guitar speaker that's super appropriate for modern styles as well. It might not be as recognisable a sound for metal as V30s, but there are some great tones to be had there, especially if perhaps you veer away from some of the microphones that you might typically use, or start blending in darker microphones to smooth out that slightly more kind of rock, aggressive high end that these speakers have. So I really look forward to having this at my disposal. I really look forward to seeing what you guys come up with if you do get your hands on this plugin. I think there's all sorts of amazing tones to be had here, and I just think it's a really interesting document of all of the different sounds of these speakers over the decades.